Hi, welcome to our Homestead series. We hope this will be of enjoyment and informative. We don't know everything, we don't do everything perfect, but what we do know works for us. In these economic times, people have been talking about a back to the land movement or getting back to a more simple way of life. The transformation from the comforts of city dwelling and our modern way can be a little different going back to the homestead. I won't say complicated, but there are some things some people should know. So I hope you enjoy this series. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Around this time of year, I see a lot of questions on message boards, forums, e-groups, and blogs about how to cook a turkey, how to cook a Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner from scratch. And there's a lot of things that we didn't learn from our mothers, myself included. But cooking meals from scratch is really very easy. I'm using a chicken today because we've already had our Thanksgiving and we didn't feel like having another turkey right now. But cooking a chicken and turkey is exactly the same. The only difference really is the size. The question I see pop up a lot the day or two before Thanksgiving is people that have forgotten to thaw their turkeys. And they're in a big panic worrying that they're going to have to do water bath soaks all night to thaw it out to have it ready for the morning. You can cook a chicken or a turkey from frozen. And all the Thanksgivings I've ever had in my life, I think that only one year we thawed the turkey. It cooks just fine from frozen. It takes just a little bit longer, but really it saves a whole lot of trouble, and it saves a lot of room in your fridge too. Put your frozen turkey in the sink, or chicken in this case, and cut your bag open. Straighten the garbage. Okay, now you just want to give your chicken a good rinse off. Now, if you want, the only real reason for thawing your turkey or chicken ahead of time would be if you want to stuff it. Because obviously, you can't stuff a frozen bird. If you want to save some time, you can cook your bird from frozen and then make your dressing on the side. That way you can make more dressing too. You're not limited by how much will fit inside the bird. Put your chicken in the pan. Okay, we've got our chicken in the roasting pan now. I'm just going to add a little bit of water on the bottom. Just maybe half a cup. That's just to keep it from sticking until the juices from the chicken start to come out. You'll actually get quite a bit of water, or chicken broth, in the bottom of this pot. So you don't need to add too much water. Now for seasonings, I'm going to add some powdered garlic. We really like garlic, so I use a fair bit. A little bit of black pepper. I also like to add marjoram and rosemary, but I'm out of that. So I'm using poultry seasoning, which is a mixture of thyme, sage, rosemary, marjoram, and a little pepper and some nutmeg. And it gives a nice flavor too. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on. You don't have to worry about getting it too even. It's really just the flavor that you want. 4 hours. Got my oven preheated to 350, and I'm going to cover the chicken now and put it in for about 4 hours. You can test the doneness by using a meat thermometer for how well you want it done. Generally what I do, we like our meat really well cooked. So you can tell the skin will be dark brown, the legs will have come loose, they won't be tight against the body anymore, and the juices, if you cut between the leg and the chicken, the juices coming out will be clear. And that's how I tell if my chicken is done. Okay, our chicken's been in the oven for a couple hours now, and I just pulled out to have a look at it and give it a baste. The lid won't fit on my roaster today because the legs are a little bit longer. So normally I wouldn't have to baste very much. I usually don't bother at all because the lid helps trap the moisture and keeps it from drying out. But since I'm roasting this with the lid off, I wanted to give it a baste. This does help with the color as well. Helps to keep the meat moist and give it a nice brown color. You can also brush it with a little bit of oil if you want a really dark brown skin. Okay, we're just going to put it back in the oven now for a couple more hours. There. Our chicken is almost done. I'm just waiting for the potatoes to cook. And for the last few minutes, I don't want the top to get too, I don't want to get overdone. I don't want it to burn. So since my lid won't fit on here, I'm going to cover it up with aluminum foil. Yeah. Okay, I've just quickly covered it with aluminum foil. That'll just keep the heat off of it and make sure that it doesn't burn while we're waiting for the rest of supper to be ready. So I'm just going to put it back in the oven now for about another half an hour.
That looks good.
Does look good.
Wow. Potatoes? We better be careful. We don't want to run out.